Whether cannons roar on the battlefield or not, defeat now seems marked on America's fate. Because in the face of geopolitics, Washington finds itself trapped in a maze, where continuing the war leads to loss, and stopping it also leads to loss. On one side, in the Strait of Hormuz, the dominance of the dollar is being challenged. On the other, Washington's one-sided policy in a potential conflict with Iran has faced a humiliating setback. In both crises, the global superpower America now stands on the edge of a cliff. So, is this mark of defeat becoming permanent for US policymakers? Let's take a look at the reasons behind Donald Trump's current predicament.
Let's begin with the Strait of Hormuz. About 1/5 of the world's oil and gas passes through this route, and Iran has effectively set up a kind of toll system there.
But the real issue is not that. It's the currency. According to Lloyd's List, transit fees are no longer being paid in dollars, but in the Chinese currency, the yuan. This growing friendship between Iran and China is not just a concern for the US. It's a major strategic blow. Because if payments are not made in dollars, it means America's long-standing dominance and influence could fade away. Analysts believe this is a form of economic warfare even bigger than direct military conflict. If Iran and China succeed with this strategy, many countries may begin seeking alternatives to the dollar to avoid US sanctions.
As a result, the global dominance of the dollar would decline.
In other words, even if the war completely stops, America's influence as a global power could weaken. Meanwhile, even attempts at ceasefire have proven fragile. Although Israel agreed to a ceasefire with Iran, it has not stopped attacks in Lebanon. Sources close to the IRGC have clearly stated that if Israel does not halt its attacks, Tehran will throw this so-called ceasefire agreement into the dustbin. This is where Trump's real dilemma lies. If he fails to stop the war, the flames of conflict could spread so widely that even the prestige of the White House could be affected. No country would take the US seriously anymore. Moreover, even if no one wins this war, America would still suffer defeat. According to Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova, the wave of dominance Trump once envisioned through social media rhetoric and provocation has now met a miserable end. So the bottom line is this: if Trump wants to restore peace, he must accept that the era of dollar dominance is ending and the Iran-China alliance is strengthening. This would be both a personal and political loss for him. And if he continues the war, America's global influence could collapse entirely. Donald Trump once said, "Make America great." But the current situation suggests that he himself is now trapped in a maze. Retreating is dangerous, and moving forward is equally risky. The world is now watching, popcorn in hand, to see how long Trump can maintain his balance while walking this tightrope of global politics.